Hello everyone, Jack Liebesman here with the latest Legend House Sports breakdown of the week. Today we will talk about Miami Hurricanes quarterback Cam Ward. This past season, he set the record for the most Division I touchdowns, was a Heisman Trophy finalist, and he is expected to be the first player selected in this year's upcoming draft. At 6'2", 223 pounds, Cam has good NFL size and has one of the best arms in college football. He is known to have the mental ability to work through progressions, has great anticipation, and has an elite ability to throw the ball over the middle of the field. Cam seems to have all the intangibles, but let's take a look at a few of his passes and see how pure of a thrower he actually is. When I look at his mechanics, I would say they are effective, however, they are not ideal. But there have been Hall of Famers with mechanics that were far from textbook. What I like about this video is his mobility and downfield vision, which are superb. What I don't like about this video is that he separates by his back hip and pushes the ball back and drops it low. He has a long stride, he's over-rotated at release, and spins through rather than tracking toward his target. He throws from a low arm slot, however that helps quicken his release by making up for dropping the ball low. The low arm slot keeps his eyes level, and I don't see it as a negative. In this video, his mechanics are much tighter. He has a quick foot strike, an inside route, a firm front side, and his eyes are level. Here's another example of him dropping the ball low, and he lengthens his stride to sync up with the timing of his release. He has a good vertical upright posture, and his back foot is down on release. It is a long arm path, however the throw is effective. Here he improvises well with a jump throw. Rather than stride, which is not always possible, he pushes off the ground and drives energy up the kinetic chain. Here's another example of low hands that drop even lower. But again, he gets away with it because of his low arm slot. Generally, when you have higher hands, you have a quicker throw. I like a lot about Cam, and of course I'm not alone. He will likely be the #1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. He is a dynamic playmaker with exceptional mobility and a strong arm. He is calm in the pocket and does a great job scanning the field. Do I like his biomechanics? I give him a B grade, and I think he's only a few adjustments away from being awesome. But even without any adjustments, his arm strength, mobility, and his ability to throw over the middle of the field will make him successful in the league. That said, dropping the ball low gives him a longer arm path, which can result in a longer release and less ball security. It also affects his sequencing and puts more stress on his elbow and shoulder. Now, Cam has been so successful, I would not be surprised if he was not motivated to change at this point. Change usually comes from a sense of urgency and a compelling reason. Potentially, he could have a Hall of Fame career without changing a thing. But like I always say, it's no coincidence that the throwers with the purest biomechanics, Brady and Breeze, were also the most accurate of all time. In short, if you were open to working with me, I could make him better. I would put him through drills that would make him more comfortable with a shorter arm path with a direct transfer to his arm slot instead of down and around. We teach quarterbacks to practice with the ball closer to their chin to facilitate a quicker release. He would maintain the same arm slot, but without dropping the ball low. Throwing from a collapsing pocket will be easier, and his ball security will be improved. Like every athlete I work with, I would test his strength indexes and work on enhancing his functional strength and durability. We would train in a way which would accelerate recovery, improve performance under pressure, and help him build a resilient, adaptable body. It's not just about excelling in the next game. It's about creating the foundation for a long, successful career. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Legend House Breakdown of the Week. Cam, if you are listening and would like to talk, please feel free to reach out to me directly at jack@legendhousesports.com. I hope you enjoyed today's quarterback breakdown, and I hope you stay tuned for more on how to train like a legend.